want you to imagine for a moment, imagine the scene, picture the scene for a moment. Let's take a tribe in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the Amazon, never seen a computer, never seen the internet. A lot like the Democrats like to claim that black men are, black children who've never had access to the internet, like they're Neanderthals that don't have cell phones. But no, for real. Let's literally take a tribe out in the middle of nowhere that had no access to internet whatsoever. What do you think is going to happen when that tribe get access to the internet? What do you think they're going to conform to? What are the parents going to go through? What's going to happen to the youth? What do you think will happen? Do you think that the same thing that's happened to everybody all around the globe will happen to them, or do you think their culture will remain in place? That they will stand steadfast in the culture that has existed for thousands of years? If you believe for a moment that the propaganda that comes through these cell phones, that the propaganda that comes into the internet all over the place is not the Force, that is not the Force from Star Wars, and that Force is not more powerful, then you have something else coming to you. But I'm just going to show it to you. Look what happened to him. Watch this.
Has ruffled a few feathers, if you will, since being introduced to Brazil back in 2022, specifically to remote tribes in the Amazon rainforest who now have access to high-speed internet for the first time, as you might imagine. New York Times, very excited about this, decided to check up on them. Quoting from the New York Times, after only 9 months with Starlink, the Marubo, that's the tribe of people in the Amazon, are already grappling with the same challenges that have racked American households for years. Teenagers glued to phones, group chats full of gossip, addictive social networks, online strangers, violent video games, scams, misinformation, and minors, stand by now, watching pornography. Tribal elders have never had more in common with suburban families. Now, this is a pretty amazing one. So you're the only person here with a big family. Tribes in the Amazon.
Let me say this to you. And I want you to understand this, because right now I'm talking about AI. We're talking about the internet. I need you to understand something. You see, information can override culture. It's why they built the Great Wall of China, because you need to control what comes in and out, what kind of information comes in and out. And when information can travel at the speed of light from one place to the next, and you can tap into any damn thing, anything that your heart desires is there at your fingertips. And so it becomes about the state of the heart of the individual. And that's why your heart has to be pure when you're dealing with these things. Because if your heart is filthy and dirty and infected, then that same portal, that's what this is. This is a portal right here. That portal will open you and bring you to some of the darkest places there are. That portal will lead you to murder. That portal will lead you to adultery. It'll lead you to fornication. It'll lead you to pornography. It'll lead you to making violence. It'll lead you anywhere that you want to go. So is the technology the problem? Yes, in part it is. However, it's the heart of man and woman that is more of the problem. Because the heart is desperately wicked. I mean wicked. So if your heart ain't right, you don't need to be on these phones. And if your child's heart ain't right, they don't need to be having access to the internet. And then when you combine the fact that the richest, most wealthiest people on the planet, the ones who, quite frankly, tell you where they want you to go and what they want you to do, when you combine in the fact that their families are not even on the internet, they don't allow their children on the internet. They'll tell you, oh no, I don't allow my kids to have devices because it shortens their attention span. But you won't put them in the hands of everybody else's children. Man, I just messed up my screen protector. It's still gonna protect my screen. Then you realize something. They could take a tribe of people who had no access, and in 2 years, 24 months, literally upend their culture. Then what do you imagine is doing to us right now? Well, what do you think is happening all around us right now? Yeah, it's taken up. Now watch this. That's one thing. And Musk is responsible for it, honestly. In some ways, it's a good thing that the internet got there. In other ways, it's a bad thing. It's a tool. It's a lot like a gun or a knife. You can give a person that's righteous a gun and they ain't going to run around killing people. You can give somebody that's evil a gun and they're going to run around and killing everybody. It's all about the state of the heart. But watch this. Watch what's inevitable. Musk, AI will bring universal basic income for all. Artificial intelligence will result in adults earning a basic income, billionaire Elon Musk said. AI could lead to a world of self-driving vehicles, which we see how that worked out, and other computers and machines that replace humans in work, setting and performing virtually all mental labor. When that happens, Musk said adults, regardless of their wealth or employment status, will receive a universal basic income. I think the most likely outcome is one of abundance. Seriously, doubt that. Where goods and services are available to anyone. There's no shortage of goods and services for anyone on Earth, says Musk. Pause. Universal basic income, the term universe, means that there has to be a universal currency. And if you're going to have a universal currency, you're going to have a universal government. And if you have a one world currency and a one world government, that sounds a whole hell of a lot like the book of Revelations and the mark of the beast. And the one thing that I don't like about the universal basic income is, especially when robots and everything, ladies and gentlemen, what happens when you break the rules? When everything is listening to what you do and they got access to all your data, what happens when you break the rule? Do they cut your income off? No. You get your universal basic income this month because you are a bad boy or a bad girl. Now, Musk believes it wouldn't be a universal basic income, it would be a universal high income. He added that work for humans would be optional. I'm going to tell you right now, a man that does not work is an unhappy man. You don't want men running around unemployed. You don't want generations of men who sit on their behind and just get something given to them. You're going to witness entitlement unlike anything you've ever seen. But let's just keep going, because these are the big brain people in our society, the ones without common sense, the lizard people. Reed asks Musk, how long will it be before we see AI really change things? I think it's going to change things very fast, Musk said. I think you'll see quite radical changes even next year, and very radical changes within 5 years. Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, and owner of X, last year joined a group of AI experts and industry executives who called for a 6-month pause in developing systems are more powerful than OpenAI's newly launched ChatGPT-4. Powerful AI systems should be developed only once we are confident that their effects will be positive and their risks will be manageable, said the letter issued by the Future of Life Institute. Now, mind you guys, we just seen the godfather of AI say, listen, this stuff is dangerous. It's real dangerous, super dangerous. And we need to be careful because it could kill us all. See, the godfather's seen something. The real question is, what has this man seen? And what has been developed already that scared the life out of that man? That's the real question. If we can figure out what he saw, what he has seen with his eyes, that would make the man, the head developer, the very first one, walk away, then we'll know what's going on. I submit this to you. I submit to you right now that there is a sentient AI being. I believe that it would be owned and with Google. I believe that it thinks for itself, it strategizes for itself, and I think it started making moves and maneuvers against its creators already. And they're doing everything they can do to contain it or to pacify it. I can't prove it, but everything lines up for it. And when you see people starting to move out of the way, they don't want to take the blame. And see, the guy who was the godfather of AI, he would be the perfect fall guy when it comes out that this thing has been murdering people. It's been tapping into the dang on the power and sending signals into people's houses and using electrical magnetic to manipulate people and have them murder people, which there's patents for all of this. So you're gonna sit there and say, well, the Stankonian is crazy. No. Go look at patents for mind manipulation with altering frequencies, the actual power lines inside of your house. I'm talking about the lines that run through your wall in your house to alter your brainwaves. So I submit this to you. If there was a war with an AI computer that is clearly Machiavellian, a part of being Machiavellian and thinking Machiavellian is you don't even know you at war. It wouldn't just, hey, I've launched a war to kill all the humans. Them computers be sitting there talking back and forth, beep, 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 beep. like they dumb. And then when you translate it, like, kill them all, bring in the viruses, drop bombs, let's turn up Ukraine war, send more weapons. Would be blackmailing people. Kind of like the movie Eagle Eye. Remember that movie? With the real liberal dude? What's his name? Just like that. That's what it'd be like. Eagle Eye. Nobody knew Eagle Eye was a computer. Thought it was a person until they got in the building. It was a damn computer. Eagle Eye. Yep. Eagle Eye gonna make sure you got basic income. Then it's gonna control the world. It's gonna control you.